I think I put this in a description, but I was going to play Master Duel. Because I got like a bunch of gems, but I had this like random idea, and I had to like immediately get this like start writing stuff down because otherwise I'm gonna like immediately forget this. I will immediately forget the idea that I had if I do not like write. If I have an idea for anything, I always have to like write it down like the notes app on my phone or like start working on it right because otherwise I will forget it. I will forget it. This isn't a great idea. I think it's better than the previous one I had, but it's still not great. It's still like me tier. But also I'm like 30 minutes late because I was fucking around with my microphone. Not in like in terms of like settings, but in terms of like getting like doing the playback. We can actually hear it through your headphones. And I was just like I was getting like really close to it like this. And I was talking about Luigi. You don't need to know what I was saying about Luigi, but Luigi was involved. Um, Luigi was definitely involved. I was doing that for like 20 minutes. I was just like I was just like talking to myself like 20 minutes doing that. Nothing productive was done during that time. I would have started at 9 o'clock, but I was like no, yeah, I can make funny noises. And I was just doing that. Anyways, let's just jump right into this. So, current idea is this might end up being a 2-page comic, and by page I mean like 4 panel. It's like classic like 4 panel type of comic. This might be a two-parter. So, first pan, I don't even know I'm gonna draw this out really. So, first panel is going to be like we're gonna do what we did last time and just very roughly sketch things out and then try to just to get like a ton of storyboarding this right now. So here's like a room and there's gonna be like an outlet. I don't know how it's probably that's probably way too big, but I want it to be very clear that this is an electrical outlet. I'm glad I've seen enough electrical outlets in my days. I don't need a reference for this. Actually, wait, maybe I do need a reference for this. It's like that. It's like that. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay, cool. That was the easy. That was the easiest part. Easiest part of the way. So somehow I'm gonna have to convey that this thing's broken, and then I'm gonna be here and be like right here. I look like a potato. Actually, I look like an upside down pear. I look like myself if I was upside down. Which I feel like if I was upside down, it looked like a very small penis. But we're not going to talk about that, even though I just talked about it. But we're not going to dwell on that. So I'm going to be like looking at this thing. Or maybe I don't need to be looking at it. So the idea is this thing's to be broken. Maybe I could like change the angle or something. The title of worst comic artist is there for. I feel like even that's like assuming too much, of like even in any way implying that I am an artist. But so it's gonna be somehow how do I really like angle this out in terms of my presence? That doesn't look right. Maybe it's something like this. It doesn't look better. It doesn't look worse. Okay, it does look worse. Something like this. I guess I could put myself on a different. Like I'm here. Like, gosh, golly, this thing's broken. So it's just we're storyboarding right now. This one's gonna take a lot of work. But I'm gonna be like, okay, what's the idea for the second panel? How am I gonna really convey this? Maybe like myself like crossing my arms. That's not what that looks like. I have like a reference image for like crossing my arms. I don't know how to do this with wings. I'm not even good with doing this with regular arms. Something like that. That's nothing like that. But we'll fix it later. I'll pull up the reference. That looks so bad. No, okay, we're just get rid of that. That's an abomination. That's awful. I think we'll come back to the second panel. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. Third panel, this is like the crux of the joke. This is like the entire joke here. So there's gonna be like 2 boxes. I guess wait, hold on. This is on like, what layer? This is not, it should not be on that layer. It should not be on that layer. It should be its own layer. I'm not gonna match up something with on panel 1 with panel 3. It shouldn't be that tall, but it should kind of look like that. Like 2 boxes right next to each other. Again, this is kind of like premise. This is pretty much the equivalent of writing down in notes what this is going to be. It's, you know, I should just like copy paste this instead of trying to draw another one with the same proportions. Somehow it still looks wrong. Somehow it still looks like it's the wrong size, even though it's the same goddamn thing. So, okay. And this one, no. Here. I really should have erased that part first before I copy and pasted it, but live and learn, writing on the edge of tomorrow. So, in this box, I don't know how I'm going to properly convey this, but this is filled with, so the joke is somehow the outlet breaks. I don't know how I'm going to convey this, but like the outlet's not working anymore. So I'm like, it's a good thing I invented a device which I can just plug into the outlet and it'll immediately fix it no matter what, because it uses like nanotechnology or something. I'm like, I'll just go reach for it. And it's on a shelf. It's a little too high up for me to reach it. So here's like outlet fixing devices. And then right next to it is just a box of regular forks. I think from this point the joke is obvious. I think at this point the joke is pretty obvious. But the idea, I guess I could just copy paste this for the 4th panel in terms, because that's pretty much what it's going to be, is just this. Oh, I forgot. I gotta like merge them down. Merge down and then copy paste it. Okay. Copy paste. So 4th panel is going to be like my hand reaching up for the regular forks. So the implication is it's a device that you jam into an outlet in order to fix it. And it is for some reason placed near a box of forks, and it ends up with me electrocuting myself. Or it's implied in this comic. I don't know if I need to necessarily explain the second there's gonna be, as I said, there's gonna be a follow-up for this. I don't know if I should explain that right away. Maybe I should, just 'cause I'm gonna forget it otherwise. Second comic is going to be one of my robots shows up, and they're like, "Oh man, the boss is injured. He got hurt pretty bad." It's like, "Oh, what happened? What happened? Just follow me, you'll see." And the plot twist is I got a piano fell on me. Like before I could even jam the fork in the outlet, just a random piano falls on me. That's the joke. I think it's a good thing that I feel only a moderate amount of cringe now that I've said it out loud. Usually I would have said something out loud and be like, ugh. Like I would have physically recoiled, but I only kind of mildly recoiled, so it should be fine. It should be good. That's a good sign. So I now have to like actually like try to work on this. Because right now we have like nothing. This is nothing. This is barely an outline. I don't know how I'm supposed to convey the fact that an outlet is broken. Like, what would that? Is that a thing you can like visualize in any way? Like, okay, here's a follow up question: do outlets even break? Is that a thing that can happen? I feel like it is. Can outlets go bad? Electrical outlets don't last forever, yet homeowners often have no idea when they should replace them. Most outlets last for 15 to 25 years, but some can fail some can fail in as little as a few years after installation. Frequent tripping of outlets. Okay, so they can't. So that's a good thing. They can break, as in it works for the joke. This is still like rough draft. I'm gonna say that until the thing's done. I'm gonna say, nah, just trust me. It's just in the planning phase, and then it's gonna be done. I'm like, yeah, it's probably fine. I'm just gonna keep like doing that as like a gaslight, or like, so like, no, trust me. It'll look good eventually. Just trust the plan, and then it doesn't. And I'm like, oh well, I guess we ran out of time. I guess it's just how it's gonna be. I mean, it looks fine enough. Oh well. I'm used to only having to gaslight myself into thinking that. So we'll see how well I do in terms of trying to gaslight an audience. Of theoretical audience, but that should work better. Should work better. Because at this point, I'm like convincing myself of convincing someone else, which is just like, no, that makes no sense. Like, I don't know how to describe that. Because I think this one should be, the second panel should be me like looking up, maybe not this big, but at a shelf. That's way too big because I need space for text bubbles. There's no space for any text here. So a lot smaller. That should be a decent size. The hat's terrible though. The hat is awful. You know what I need? You know what I forgot? I need music. I think I had like a really good idea for like a music thing. I was like look it up. I took like a screenshot of this one like channel on my phone that had like, I should stop saying like. I don't think I can though. I think I've tried that. I think I've like tried that before, and it didn't like work like. So maybe like looking up that one wasn't on purpose. That one was not on purpose. So maybe looking up at this shelf and saying, it's a good thing I invented those plug into an outlet to instantly fix the outlet device thing. This sounds dumber the more I talk about it. I should just stop talking about it. I should just stop talking about the premise, and hopefully that'll make it stop being dumb. Okay, where was the screenshot? Maybe I saved it. Maybe it's like an image I saved. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm assuming this is like copyright free, but honestly, I don't really care if this stream doesn't get archived. I do not care. I do not care. It's like not a loss. Who cares? Okay. Is it every single time I see a Korean ASMR, it's always every single time it's ear eating. Every single time it's like baffling. Every single one of them. It's crazy. If you see like Korean text on ASMR, it is always either the thumbnail or like the title itself will like tell you it has ear eating in there. And if it doesn't, it still probably has it. It's weird. I have actually watched it. It's like her licking her microphone. I'm not watching that. Okay, so that's not what we're watching. We're watching there we go. Does this say like companies that might copyright claim them? So use at your own risk. Okay. Wait, hold on. What do we got for this one? Subscribe and like, enjoy. Maybe not this one. Maybe not this one. Maybe not that one. There was one that I saw like in the actual like. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. That one. I think this one's good. I think this is the one that actually had the screenshot of. Just jump past the intro. Yeah. Yeah. Why is it so loud? Oh my god, it's loud. I guess it's probably. I just want it to be like quiet so I don't get like. I can at least kind of minimize the chance of copyright. Man, that's loud. It's probably not that loud. It's probably not that loud, but it should be fine. It should be fine. It's a hell ambiance. This are sounds of hell. I think this will work. I think this is gonna be great. I like the. That's my favorite character in this. My favorite character is the guy. I think I've heard him like 3 times so far, at least. He's just like moaning. He's like moaning. What are they doing to this guy? They're like using a pitchfork on his prostate. Like, what's going on? What's going on with this guy? What's his story? That guy. Why is he moaning like that? You're not supposed to be enjoying this, pal. You're not supposed to be enjoying this, buddy. Is that a chainsaw? They got chainsaws in hell? Since when? Since when have they had chainsaws? Do they have the budget for that? How many chainsaws do they have? How many chainsaws do they have in hell? Where do they get them from? Do they just conjure up How do they get chainsaws? Those are whips. I can understand them having whips. I feel like there's kind of like they probably just got those when hell was founded. Like the angel's like, yeah, I don't know, just take these fucking whips or something. I don't give a shit. Chainsaws though, that's new. That's interesting. Because the thing is, there's the moaners, There he is, right there. He's having a good time. The chainsaws come out, and he also comes out. If you know what I'm saying. That dude's enjoying himself. Like, oh no, Mr. Beelzebub. Oh, don't use that chainsaw on me. Oh. Okay, that is the right layer. That was a layer check. I'm trying to see if I can actually erase. That was a layer check. It was planned. Calculated, even. Stop moaning! You're supposed to be in agony, right? Stop moaning! I think it's like too loud. It's like louder than my voice. Because I don't want it to be too loud. I don't really care too much if this gets like taken down. I'd rather not. I'd rather still avoid it if possible. I don't really care that much. Also, there's like it's like the guy who's like the main screamer. It's like one guy. There's like one guy who's just complaining the loudest. It's like the consistent screaming here. That guy. You know, this could be actually like a pretty good time. Like hell. There's like that one guy like that guy. He could be the entire reason why he could be like the 1-star review on a restaurant that brings it down to like a low rating. He's like that guy. Like, yeah, you have this guy screaming, the other guy's moaning. One guy's like really not enjoying himself, the other guy's having a great time. So what I'm getting from this is kind of a mixed signal. Like, one guy really doesn't like it, but you can't just go off of his review and just assume that that's like the end all be all for opinions when it comes to hell. As I said before, that guy moaning, he could be experiencing more. Like, one guy I think is experiencing like Hellraiser. That's the guy screaming the loudest. Second guy, that guy's experiencing love in hell, but that not the tip. Okay, actually, rephrasing that. One guy's experiencing the typical love and hell experience. Other guy's experiencing the main character experience. So it's completely different. If you read that manga, you know what I'm talking about. When I was getting the deluxe experience, he got a deluxe demon. Ooh. Oh, she's sucking me through my jorts. My hell jorts. My hell issued jorts. So I'm thinking like a speech bubble. And in the speech bubble, it's a terrible speech bubble. That's like disgraceful. The person who invented speech bubbles is probably like, I shouldn't say they're in heaven. I'd like to assume they're in heaven, but who knows? Like, I'm like, oh, it's a good thing I have my device which fixes outlets. Like, it looks like that or something. I guess I could like make this one smaller to kind of emphasize the fact that they're like on different layers. Like they're like it's like made to fit into an outlet. I feel like this is the reaction if someone were actually see what's happening in the stream. This would be just the normal this sound, not the moaning. No one would be moaning. Hopefully no one would be moaning at my stream. But I feel like the screaming is probably a pretty accurate representation of how any sane person would react to this. No, why are you drawing on that layer? Just wait till I bring out that chainsaw. Then you'll really be screaming, not moaning. Definitely won't be moaning. No one will be moaning at that point. Stop it! You're not supposed to enjoy the chainsaw. You're not supposed to enjoy it. You're supposed to be scared. You're not supposed to have a boner. You put that thing away. Put that thing away, sir. This is a family-friendly eternal punishment. You can't be having your willy out. What do the little demons think? What will all the orphaned children who got sent to hell for all eternity think? Don't ask, but they're all in hell for some reason. We gotta make sure they don't see any penises. All right. I don't really know what I'm doing with any of these pans. So here's the question. How do I make it clear that this is multiple forks in a box? Because I don't want to draw like. Okay, maybe I could just have one of them in here, like one or two or three or something, as opposed to like 100. This is implying there's like 100 of these things. If I just draw like a few individual ones, I could imply that there is a few of them, and that could be, there's like a few forks, a few of those things, and I just happened to grab the wrong one. However, if that's the case, I want to delete this panel right here. Stop moaning! Put your cock away! So, again, I'm still not really. You know what I'd like to. You know what I could do. I could ask Bing AI to generate me a picture of forks in a box and hope that it knows what I'm talking about. It should, right? Hopefully it's not going to be like, unsafe image detected. Forks in a box. No, siree, can't generate that. No, siree, that's a bit too much. Because I had one where I tried to generate a picture of like a giant green robot attacking a city. It was supposed to look like me. So like big nose, green robot, black curly mustache, black top hat, attacking city. It's like, no, that is pornographic. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's pornographic material, so I cannot generate that. It's like, what are you talking about? What about that is like pornographic? I had to remove attacking city. Apparently that was the problem, was maybe it was violence. And I just wanted like smashing a building like a kaiju movie, but no, it's porn. You ever seen a Godzilla movie? You've seen porn. It's a porn movie. Godzilla is porn. Small box. I don't have any credits left, so this might take a while. It's a good thing we have like plenty of time. So I'm distracted by the moaning. It's really like off-putting. At first I was joking, but now it's just genuinely distracting. Like, stop moaning. This is not supposed to be pleasurable. You're supposed to be like in complete agony and like wishing you were dead. Not just like gooning. This dude's on the eternal edge. He's goon maxing in the I don't really know where I'm going. I can't think of any. I thought I could think of like something hell related start with the letter G off the top of my head, but I couldn't. Gooning in the great beyond, I guess. It's kind of I don't know how I feel about it, because it's not really a great beyond. It's like a bad beyond, a below average beyond. I would even say it's just a shit beyond. It's not a beyond you want to be in. Maybe I should have done cartoon style, because I don't want just like a real life picture of forks in a box. I want it to be like a cartoonish, like drawn picture of forks in a box. But now it's probably gonna take like 30 minutes for this to generate, so we might as well try to do some other stuff in the meantime. There's the chainsaw again. Anyone who's excited about the chainsaw, they probably can't even hear it right now because I made it so quiet because I don't want to like. I feel like it's probably fine. I just wait. Oh, this is a raw. Okay, there we go. That's why. Man, I hate layer. They should make layering illegal. Because people who are better than me can do it, and I can't, and therefore they have an unfair advantage over me, and they should all be punished. They should all be circumcised if they have not already lost their foreskin. Or if they're a woman, give them foreskin. Well, I guess they already have it, but I'm talking like foreskin. I'm talking about like feet. Give them like penis foreskin, like staple it on there, and then cut it off. Is that like? I don't really know how to properly make this look like a lab. Yeah, I've worked in labs, like for like a while. I know what labs look like, but I don't know how to draw a lab for some reason. I guess it's because I could probably draw like an actual like lab, but I don't know how to draw like a cartoon lab. I guess is the difference. What would a maybe like a table with like science equipment on there. It's a really thick. That's the thickest goddamn table I've ever seen in my entire life. Because it would be like this. That's too thick. That table is too goddamn thick. No table should be this thick. It's not ethical. It's not right. It's wrong. It's bad. Also, it's not even like angled properly with the wall. It's another thing I'm really bad at. Add that to the list. Add that to the list of things that I am bad at. It should just include everything. Just put everything. Just put every verb on there. Every possible thing that could possibly be a verb. Put that on there. It's probably accurate. That means I'm the best at not being good at things. Then again, if I'm not good at not being good at things, that means there are things that I'm... Wait. If I'm good at not being good at things, that means there's something I am good at, which means there's something I'm not good at, which means I'm not actually that great at not being able to do things. Which means I'm actually good at being able to do things. Which means I'm not able to do things. Because if I'm good at something, then that means I'm bad at that thing. But that also means that I'm good at that thing. This looks off. I think it's mainly the outlet that's off. I'd like to hope so, because that would require the least amount of change. That's why I'm hoping that the outlet is the problem. That looks a bit better. A little. It's not good, but it's a little better. I think also this line right here. Stop coming. Stop it. Just okay. Listen, hell. You can't really tell what time it. As far as I know, I've never been to hell. Actually, I have been to hell. But like the place, like the actual like location. There's like a place called hell, and I went there as like a kid. So I went to hell when I was a kid. It was very hot. It was very hot. Stop. But if I were to guess, I would say that in hell, you probably can't really determine what time of, like what day it is or what month it is, or what year it is, because it's hell. There's no distinction of time in hell because you're in hell. Tell this guy that is jerking it, that is straight up jorking his peanuts. Tell him that it is November all the time, and he cannot do that. Like, he probably still will, but you at least kind of shame him for it. Say, hey, bro, you're gonna nut during November, man? He's probably like, yeah, and you're like, oh man, that's lame. You're a coomer. You gotta put on the coomer emoji, the coomer profile picture now. And then he'd probably say, well, I didn't take the coomer profile picture pledge. You'd be like, damn, man, all the cool kids did. And then, I don't know, name some like meme page he follows, and then say that, yeah, that guy, yeah, he's still alive on Earth. He took the pledge, man. He ain't cooming. And he's gonna be like, damn. And he's gonna do it anyways, but actually he probably won't give a shit. Actually, I bet his favorite meme page is probably like fucking like Shadman or something. I think that's as Mr. Moans getting whipped. I think that's him getting whipped. I think okay. Here's the thing. Also, I don't think it should be like a table with legs. I think it should be a It's like they should be like counters. You know, like a kitchen counter where it's just like it's like a solid like underneath. So you have like shelf because that's like what the labs I've worked at. Like they have like shelves and drawers, usually filled with not a goddamn thing. All the shelves and like cabinets in the lab I work, they were filled with the most random junk. Like some of them were like, oh yeah, there's like the glove one. There's the one where you have like like spikes for different like heavy metals or acids. Well, not acids. You're not testing for acids. Like if like spikes for heavy metals and stuff like that. There's the heavy metal spike. There's like the pipette, drawer. And then there was just ones where they just have random like tools that no one would be able to tell you what they are. No one could. They're like rusted. They were made in like the 1800s. No one knows how they got there. They're just there in like one of the drawer in like one of the cabinets, and you just never touch it because there's like 50 like there's like 100 cabinets. Actually, 50 is probably accurate. Like there's like 50 cabinets everywhere, and only like 5 of them have stuff in them that you actually use. So there's like 45 cabinets that no one knows what to do with, and they're filled with stuff from like God knows when. So the point is, I'm gonna put a cabinet here. Like kind of stop coming, okay? I would say what would Jesus think, but he's in hell. He clearly didn't care. Maybe I should have done a zombie house one. I bet the zombies wouldn't be coming. They wouldn't be straight up jorking it. Though maybe. I feel like maybe they're like gooning zombies. Yeah. Porn. Yeah. Aging. I don't know what a porn zombie would talk like. But they just I don't know. That's terrible. That's awful. That's not good. The thing I like the size. I like the height of the cabinet because it's like me height, which makes sense. Like why would I have like a counter that I can't reach? So it's like a very short counter. I think that's about right. I could put some like vials and like jars here. I think it should be like a like it should be curly for no goddamn reason. This is like goofy. This isn't like actually like science material. This is like clown science. The best kind of science. This is like objectively proven, by the way. Clown science is actually objectively proven to be the best kind of science. That's how they landed on Uranus. Those clowns put a man on Uranus. Bet you didn't hear about that. Of course you wouldn't notice. Oh, that was. Stop it. It's like a super goofy clown, like flask. There we go. I should probably like make it straighter, less gay, but it's kind of like in the ballpark. There we go. Kind of looks about right. So that's how I always talk in these. Just it kind of looks somewhat about maybe in the vague ballpark of. I can never say yeah, that's good. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. If I come back to it, hold on. Did the image of forks in a box generate? It's still not. It still has not generated yet. I'm gonna like refresh the page. Oh, there they are. They do not. They're like just realistic, neatly organized. That's not what I want. I want them to be like chaotic. I want them to just be stuffed in there. Like, I mean, I guess it works. Like, anything works. Anything's better than nothing, but stop coming. Your ball. I mean, I guess he can come as much as he wants because I bet there's like he doesn't have any balls because he's dead. Like, he doesn't actually have a physical prostate, so he can't possibly like run out of the splooge, right? There's no like physical limitations anymore. You think they think that like prevent that from happening though? It's not. It's like it's not supposed to be a pleasant experience for him. Take away his gooning privileges. Those are forks and spoons and knives. I do not want diversity in my box. I want one type of utensil. I want homogeneity. I need one type. I need this box to be a fork ethno state. Okay, being AI, this needs to be a exclusively fork populated ethno state. You cannot be putting spoons in there. Get that shit out of my face. There's spoons in there. There's not supposed to be spoons in there. It's supposed to be just forks. It's fine. It's probably fine. I also don't like how they're standing up. They're standing up in a way that I do not appreciate. Like they're all just like standing up in the box. I feel like that wouldn't work for this joke because that means if I'm reaching from above, if I'm reaching like to grab one, I would just stab myself no matter what it is. Now, this is like angling of this is all wrong. It's clearly not on the table. It's even more like that, and the bottom needs to be more flat. Looks a little bit better. Yeah, I could put some like Easter eggs in there. I think I can also probably like erase this stuff. I don't want it to be in the way. So then we have like enough room for a speech bubble here of the damn outlet's broke again. It's a good thing I invented that device which allows me to fix an outlet just by sticking it in there. Now where did I leave it? There it is, and it's like me just reaching up to grab it, and I grab the fork, and everything else is just implied. Again, this is gonna take a while. This is one part. It's gonna take a while. That's why I'm going to go and I'm going to get myself a beer, which I have in the fridge because I have like the big like glass beer mug, and it's I almost said charging. It kind of is. It's cooling. I want it to be cold. So I think it's been like almost an hour that it's been in there. Actually, it's been like probably about an hour since I put it in there. I bet it's probably cold by now. I bet leaving a mug in the fridge for an hour is enough to make it cold. I feel like that makes sense. I'm gonna pause it so I don't want it just playing without me here because otherwise, that's like definitely copyright stuff. Yeah. Also, I feel like I would like put the BRB thing on there, but I am 90% sure that I would forget to take it off. There's no way I'm gonna remember to remove the BRB screen. So I'm just gonna walk away, and there's gonna be no BRB because I do not trust myself. Alright, I'm back. I accidentally sat on my headphones. Probably why they're so, like, broken and ill repair, as they say. Where's my bottle opener? I actually don't know where I put it. I didn't, like, I had, like, a beer yesterday. I still don't know why I had it yesterday either. It's somewhere. That should be good enough information for you to find it. Or not, because I have, like, I have, like, this Swiss Army knife, which has, like, a built-in bottle opener. But it's not the... It's like a different kind. Doesn't this, like, Swiss Army knife have scissors in it, too? I kind of want to check for that. I'm pretty sure I have, like, one of these that has, like, built-in scissors, which is, like, really cool. Is that this one? I don't think it is. I don't think it's... Is that a screwdriver? That's pretty neat. I don't know why I'm excited about that. It's pretty, like, typical for it to have a screwdriver. It's a knife. Okay, there's a bottle opener. There's, like, 2 of them. Come on. Yeah, there's, like, 2 bottle... I think this one's probably the second one's probably the better one. Yeah, there's no scissors in this one. Sag. I don't need scissors though. So it's fine. I don't actually need scissors. This is... I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce this. Because I cannot... This looks like complete gobbledygook to me. And it's in Cyrillic. So I wouldn't even know how to pronounce it if I like could make out the letters. But it's a Ukrainian beer. It's a Ukrainian lager. And it's like 500 milliliters. It's kind of big. Like almost an ounce. Maybe an ounce? I don't know. I don't know measurements. All I know is it says 0.9 ounces. Oh, ASMR or something. There's so much goddamn. I'm terrible at pouring. Add it to the list. Add it to the list. Pouring, not good at it. Not good at pouring. It smells like something. It was like a split second when I felt like I knew what it smelled like, but I forgot instantly. Okay, back to hell. Is everything like on the stream working all right? Okay, yeah, everything's showing. Now where is my Apple Pencil thing? Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? Am I sitting? There's no way I'm sitting on it. There's no way. I refuse to believe it. It's okay. It's on the desk. It's on my desk. I knew I would never do something that silly. That was not me chugging the beer. That was me chugging this glass of water I had. No longer have it. It's gone now. Well, the glass is there. The water's not. It says I'm not very good at eating glass either. That adds to the list. It's stuck in my teeth, my gums. There probably is someone out there who's good at eating glass. Like they train their lives to make it so that they can like properly eat glass without destroying their mouth. And maybe it's like at some point someone did it and they're just not alive anymore. And then everyone else after that was like, yeah, remember Grandpa, the guy who would eat glass? And they'd be like, well, son, I don't think you should be much like Grandpa. I was like, yeah, I agree with that. He kind of like died from eating glass. It didn't seem like a good idea. He tried to do it to get like Ripley's Believe It or Not, but they were just like, yeah, no. Even they were like, that's just dumb. This is stupid. Why would you do that? It's not like a world record. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but in terms of the fact, like, congratulations, you've ate the most glass. It's not that. It's just kind. I guess it would be impressive. They probably would get like a if you eat like a lot of glass and survive. You probably would get in like one of those Ripley's books. You probably would. Maybe Grandpa wouldn't be that big of a disappointment. I just hope the kids wouldn't follow his footsteps. Or mouth bites. It doesn't make any sense. Stop moaning. You guys fucking glass eating fetish. I think there was like one where it was like a creepypasta where it was like that very like weird period. It was like a weird period of time with creepypastas where there was like a lot of like fetish stories. Specifically like gore fetish. Because it was just like, girl gets brutally tortured for like a while, and that's the entire story. It's just girl gets tortured, and that's it. A lot of them were the ones like Mr. Creepypasta read, where it's just girl getting tortured for a while, and they were all made like one guy in particular. I forgot, of course, I don't remember what his name was. But they were mostly made by like one guy, who would just make stories where it's just girl gets like put on an operating table and gets like her liver removed by a crazy guy. And it wasn't scary. It was just kind of like weird because you just knew like, dude, this is porn. You do realize this is just some guy's porn that he just put on a creepypasta site. Like you're just reading porn right now. So I don't think this guy thinks this is scary. I think the guy who wrote this had a boner while he was doing it. So I don't know. It's like, it's mainly just annoying when you have stories like that. But there's this one where it was like, it might have been by the same guy. I wouldn't be surprised. Where it's like a girl gets blackmailed into doing ice eating videos. Like some guy's like, yeah, you should send me videos of you eating ice. She's like, oh my gosh, sure, I'll do it. And I was like, aha, now I know where you live. I'll kill you if you don't keep making videos of you eating ice. Oh my gosh, my teeth are starting to fall out because I'm eating so much ice. Yeah, eat that ice, girl. Because apparently there's a fetish for eating ice. I shouldn't be surprised, but apparently like eating like too much ice can damage your teeth. And the story was about like this girl being forced, which is probably part of the fetish of like, oh, a girl being forced to do things like a blackmail fetish mixed with an ice eating fetish. And somehow they managed to pass it off as a creepypasta. Which, stop coming, okay? Yeah, hit him. Hit his ass. This might be really awkward if you can't hear this, because there was whipping right there. There's the moaning and then the whipping. The feet are like really bad. But it's just a warm up. It's just a sketch. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So the wing is like too close to my eye. You should be a little further back like that. There's a kind of, I think the tails also throw me off. The tail's also not very good. I don't really have much experience at drawing tails. This is like a cat. If I had a cat tail, it'd be so easy. I'd just be like, woo, cat tail, bam, done. But no, I have a freaking like fan ass bird tails. They get like, no, you gotta take into account the angle he's standing at. So what if it's like going up and it's like, no, they want to just do this. It's so easy. It's just so easy. Just I guess that works. Not really. It doesn't really work. I wouldn't say it's passable. It looks off balance. I think it's the feet. Why did I merge them down? Why did I merge him down? Because he's like, as I drew, I fucked up the layers of the feet. I remember. I'm gonna try the. I'm hoping it's not too bitter. I don't like bitters. I like light. Just kind of. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bitter at all. Pretty mild. Which I like. I like mild beers. I like really mild flavored beers, low alcohol content. That's why lagers are my favorite. I don't like getting drunk. I don't think I've ever gotten drunk before. I don't really want to. I just like the taste of beer because it's like low, probably not necessarily low sugar. But I'm pretty sure beer is actually pretty low sugar. But it's not like, it's like I drink mainly like 90% of what I drink is like maybe even more than 90%. Like a vast majority of what I drink is just water. Because I don't really drink sugary beverages that much. And to actually have a drink where it's like, oh yeah, I can drink this thing, and it's like there's like a bunch of flavor to it. You don't have to worry about sugar, and it's beer. This is my alternative to like soda, pretty much. I think I've said this multiple times. I don't drink beer on like weekdays. So I heard it screws with your sleep schedule. If you like drink beer like 4 hours, like less than 4 hours before you go to bed, it screws up your sleep schedule. Like you'll like have trouble getting to bed and trouble staying asleep. So I try to avoid that. I think I've had like a few times, but I tend not to. And even then, I only drink really light stuff, so I probably don't even need to worry about that too much. But what the hell just happened there? Looks about right. Still really rough, but it looks about right. It's a nice start for this panel. Should like add some like feather lines to this. Looks a little bit better. It still feels like he's like tilting backwards. Like he's like his body's kind of angled back when it should be level. It feels like everything's angled backwards when I look at it. I guess if everything's angled backwards, nothing's angled backwards. Speaking of like villains, I think it's funny. I noticed that. Stop coming. I noticed that there's like been a lot of people talking about like, what was the guy's name, like Tai Lung or something? The villain from the original Kung Fu Panda. Like out of the woodworks, suddenly there's a bunch of people saying like, yeah, he was like the best villain ever. He's like 10 out of 10 writing. He's like the best. I mean, he was a good villain. I agree with that. But just out of the woodworks, like, man, Tai Lung was so good. He was like the pinnacle of villains. Man, he was such a great character. The villain, oh my god, he was so good. And then like right after that, it's like DreamWorks comes out and is like, hey, we're making another Kung Fu Panda movie and Tai Lung's coming back. It's like, interesting timing. Very interesting timing. That just kind of happened to coincide with this meme coming out. People being like, wow, this guy's great. So cool. So well written. Like it's such a great character. And then just a little bit later, like weeks later, it's like, oh yeah, we're announcing a movie where he's coming back. It's like, perhaps you started that meme? I feel that way about like what was it? No Way Home too, where like Spider-Verse comes out and so many people are like, ooh, there should be a movie where they have all the Spider-Man actors and it's like Into the Spider-Verse with the other actors, and then bam, it's like Marvel's like, oh yeah, we're working on that actually. Very, very, very interesting that you guys are like, you know, talking about that because you haven't been working on that. Wow. See, it's just we're so in touch with our fans. Like, man, we just knew that. It's like I think that's like the new meta for like movies is to like start a trend of people saying we want this thing really badly. Whoa, man, we sure want this thing. And other people catch on because people are like, a lot of people want to think that they're like that the like memes are so like, oh, I have so much such unique interest. But then some people, like, it's very easy for people to just be like, oh yeah, well people said that this was the truth, so I'm just gonna this should be my opinion now too. People do it like with video games a lot. Like there are some games where you could never touch the game in your entire life. Like you could not even see gameplay of it, not even know what the game is. Like, this is like I think a League of Legends like one of these, where people are like, man, League of Legends, that's the worst game ever. That game sucks. I hate that game. It's like, do you even know what it is? Like, no. But people on Reddit said it was awful. You know, or it's like, I don't know anything about this game, but I just know I don't like it. I just know I don't like it. I know that I've been told that it's not cool, so I don't like it. Like when they have no like knowledge of how, people did that with like Fortnite for a while, or like they'll like, yeah, I know Minecraft is so much better than Fortnite because shut up, because Minecraft is cool and awesome, and Fortnite is dumb and stupid, and I hope all the Fortnite devs die in a hurricane. Remember when they said they wanted all of them to like die when like a hurricane came? Like, yeah, finally a hurricane's gonna hit the Epic Studios. I hope they all die because I hate Fortnite. It's like, bro, it's a game. It's just a game. Who cares? Stop being so weird. I hate some kids Fortnite dance. I hope all the devs die. It's like, yeah, kids are dumb. Kids will do like cringe stuff because they're kids. They're like inherently cringe. But I feel like it's one of those things where it's like people like to think, oh, we can't be like it's like you are not immune to propaganda. If a trend comes out saying an opinion and you see it repeated enough, a lot of people just eventually just take up that opinion because like, well, everyone thinks this and I have no reason not to think this. So of course I'm just going to go along and say, yeah, that we definitely want that movie. Sure. Yeah. I'll sign a petition for that. There's like a kind of different example is to be like, we want Waluigi in Smash. No one actually wanted Waluigi in Smash. No one did. People thought they did. People really thought they wanted Waluigi. But then when like the game came out and characters actually started getting added, that dropped like a sack of potatoes. No one wanted Waluigi anymore. Because suddenly it's like, wait a second. Actually, I can actually get my character that I want. I want like Gino from Super Mario RPG or however the hell it's pronounced. Like I want what was it, one of the characters? Like I want Dante from Devil May Cry. I want Doomslayer. I want Kiryu Kazuma. You know, like just suddenly it went from like, yeah, Waluigi to like, no, I think at some point they realized everything was on the table pretty much, and then they're like, no, I want this character. I want Five Nights at Freddy Fazbear. Put Freddy Fazbear in Smash Bros. The moment people realized I could actually go, no one wanted Waluigi anymore. But there was a time when everyone was like, oh well, people say Waluigi, so yeah, of course, I'm 100% for Waluigi. Yeah, we need Waluigi in Smash. I'll go out in the streets and talk about we need Waluigi in Smash. The moment it's stopping, no one wants him. No one even remembers that. No one even remembers like the huge like drive to like we need to get Nintendo to add Waluigi. We need to sign petitions and send them letters and demand that they add Waluigi. And then it stopped instantly. Because no one actually held that opinion. People, again, the thing is that people genuinely thought they did. But they didn't. Because the trend just said, you want this. I'm like, yes, of course I want this. It's like that with like these things. I feel like it's very easy for people to just say, Like, we want this movie. So that's so cool. We want this character. And then when it just happens to come out, be like, oh my gosh. I genuinely believe that those stuff are like from the like it's made from the from companies to get people to think that when they do stuff like that, it was for them, and not they made them think that they are doing this, that they want that, you know? I think that's what they did with the Sonic movie too. But the Sonic movie did a lot smarter, where they showed like the super ugly Sonic, and then you know they changed him out like the Sonic they ended up using. And then they said, well, actually, it's because we listened to the fans, and yeah, we just redid the entire movie in that period of time. I think that was entirely a marketing scheme. I think that the bad Sonic was entirely a goof. Like, they were never gonna have a movie like that. And that they it was entirely just like a setup where they just had those few scenes with the ugly Sonic. Everything else was normal. And because they knew there's no way people would not like that, because it was like deliberately made to look as hideous as possible. And then they come out and say, no, actually it's this. And it's a much better looking one. Looks great. They came out with a pretty short period of time too. And suddenly they're like the talk of the town. Because at first people were like, oh, a Sonic movie, who cares? And then that happened. Suddenly everyone wants to see the movie. It suddenly has like a lot bigger of a draw, because, you know, it's like, well, they're the champion of the people. They listen to us. But it's like, I bet they knew it. They knew that people were going to ask for it, so they were already working on it. It would be like setting someone's house on fire, and you know, like and then coming back around like, oh gee, I just happen to be carrying this bucket of water. Oh, is your house on fire? Whoosh. Oh look, I put it out. It was very convenient that I had this bucket of water on me. Man, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just kind of a hero. This is a terrible analogy. There's like brief moments where I remember like, oh yeah, this is not normal ambiance to have during a stream. And I was like, oh yeah, this is like wait a second, this isn't normal. Wait a second, chainsaws and screaming aren't typical background music for a stream. I'm so quirky. So I'm just gonna work on the shelf now. It's this one. So this is great ambiance. It's repetitive, but it has enough like standout things. Like the chainsaw happening kind of at irregular intervals makes it feel a bit more organic than just like repeating sound effects. Because they are like repeating sound effects, but they're repeating at like organic, kind of like non-specific intervals. It feels a bit more. This hell feels lived in. This hell feels like a home. Aren't they making a Helltaker fighting game? I never played the original game. I never even watched anyone play the original game. Isn't it just like a puzzle game where you just like, you completed this puzzle, now this waifu is yours, and you're just like going from place to place and just like, oh, I'm evil demon, you should be my wife. Complete this puzzle. Complete the puzzle. I'm gonna bounce on your dick and moan. Woo. How do I draw this shelf? How do I draw the shelving unit? I think I'm gonna try to draw it like from how I feel like shelves in a lab typically work. And that's kind of these like industrial looking. This is like a bookshelf. This is like a goddamn bookshelf. That's not. That ain't it. Well, it looks better than it did before. I'll take a sip of beer to celebrate. I thought like maybe I could look up the name of this to see what the pronunciation is. I remember. Oh yeah, I can't read a goddamn letter here. Because not only is it in Cyrillic, but it's in cursive. It's like in cursive. I don't know how I'm supposed to read that. How I can barely even read like English cursive. How am I going to read Ukrainian cursive? You're kooky off the sauce if you think I'm doing that. That's not it. Oh god, I have to angle this to like guess what right angle would be for the shelf to be proper shelf dimensions. Okay, so it would be like kind of further down. I guess it's okay if it looks like awkward. It might just be aesthetic purposes. It's just my art style if it looks very clunky and awkward and poorly made, because it's actually just quirky cartoon style. Guhyuk, guhyuk, guhyuk. All right. That looks terrible. Never hire me to build a shelf. This is why I don't have a job as like a carpenter, engineer, designer, artist in general. Gotta put stuff on the shelf. What would this look like? Well, because we definitely need the you know what I need? A step ladder. Like a little step ladder, like right in front of here. As like visual storytelling for how he can get up there. So otherwise, like, how does he get to the top shelf? If I'd say, if I'd guess, I'm like this tall in relation to. So I could probably reach up to like that height. I'm not sea hiling right though. Just don't worry about it. So I put like a step ladder like right here. I'm gonna do like on another layer just to make it easy. I feel like it's gonna be a pain in the ass to try to find a picture of a step ladder at that very specific angle. I guess I can find one that's like slightly like 3/4 and try to kind of like just brainstorm on how to get it at the proper like slightly less than 3/4 angle or more. Ugh. Yeah. That's what he says. He says, yeah. Dude moans like a femboy. What was I looking at? Okay, a step ladder. Oh boy, I'm getting distracted. Wait, there's a Predator. The Predator was a trilogy? 2023 changed Predator lore forever, transforming the original trilogy's meaning. Hold on. Son of a bitch, I need to read this. 2023 revealed why the Predators were really on Earth in the original movie and made their treatment of humans far more psychologically disturbing. They actually visit Earth to visit... Wait, hold on. This okay, this is weird though. Okay. The Predators have a horrifying secret. They actually visit Earth to abduct huge groups of people for their hunting reserves and keep them in stasis for decades. They revelation of Predators' mass abduction makes them more clinical and cruel, adding a less honorable element to their society. Twist opens up potential for the franchise's future, allowing for ancient enemies and characters from different time periods to return and bring new dynamics to the story. So it's like, so they like bring humans to their planet, and then they have like a hunting reserve, so they'll just kind of release them and just hunt them for sport on their own planet. That goes against that. That seems to go against the lore, though. I feel like like in the books they would have referenced that at some point, because they go to Earth a lot. They visit Earth a lot. If you're going like the books, I'm assuming the comics, they go there like very frequently. Like they've gotten like into a. I think like their stance on Earth is like most humans on Earth are very weak and not worth fighting. But there's a decent amount, like a handful of humans that are a genuine, like huge challenge. So there's like, you know, like small amount, like it's like small amount of huge reward in terms of like oh this is like the hunt of a lifetime kind of thing. That's why they keep going there. Step ladder. Minnie Mouse 2-tier step ladder. I almost want to put that one in there. That would be hilarious. Like a cartoony, like kitty step ladder. That'd be funny. He's so funny. But yeah, they've like the Yautja visit Earth a lot. So the idea of like, oh yeah, we actually have humans at home that we can just hunt whenever we want to is kind of insane. Because again, they go to planets a lot. Like they go on hunting trips a lot. So if it's just like, oh yeah, we also just have them here and we like breed them specifically to kill them. I guess because like you could say it's like, oh, what if it's for training? Like the unblooded Yautja, like oh they need like humans to hunt to get them ready for like I guess it could, because I guess if it's like in terms of the actual like really early on training, they have like cattle humans to kill in like their enclosed environment, and then the unblooded will go out and to Earth and then actually find like and then actually like it's a bit more challenging to hunt a human in their natural environment than it is to take one out of stasis, put them in like a vague simulation of Earth, and then have you hunt them. Because you're in a very much more controlled environment if you're on their home planet than you would be if you're actually on Earth with a hunting party. I think that's maybe that could make sense. Could make sense, I guess. That does add a bit of like unethicalness to it, which is pretty cool. I like that. I like the idea of it. There's that one this is like the book, one of the books. It was one of them where it was like something where like some like young Yautja and like a warrior like woman, like a warrior Yautja like female, they go to Earth and they end up they were going to go to this one location, but there's like a their ship screws up because it frequently does. Their ships suck, um, and they end up in England. They end up in England, and they find they happen to land on in England, specifically near a like historical like battle recreation. So they're all dressed like knights and stuff, and of course the Yautja are like what the fuck? Why are they so? Why are they so? They're not supposed to be this archaic. Why are they like this? They're supposed to have like high grade weaponry. Why do they have swords? And eventually they learn like, oh yeah, this is like a some type of like war ritual they're doing. But they like one of the not the Yautja themselves, but one of the characters, one of the humans, is like, huh, I wonder if because you know like in the context of like old English like battles, it's like I want this thing kind of reminds me of like the Tales of the Grendel from Beowulf. I wonder if this thing was actually like what a Grendel was. Like one of these things came to Earth and they fought one of them, and that was like and that was what was the origin for Beowulf, was a human taking down one of these things. That's a pretty cool, because I don't really know much about Beowulf, but one thing I'm like two things I kind of know about the Grendel is, one, they heal really quickly, and two, they're impervious to all weapons made by man. Now, the healing, if I remember that correctly, could be like the Yautja like a healing paste that they have, like the stuff they rub on their wounds like instantly heal them. And they being immune to all weapons could just be the armor, because they have like really, because like compared to like you know humans using like sticks and stones to try to attack you, if you have like weapons like the type of armor, it might seem like they're just completely invincible. Like, oh, there's just no weapons we have work. It just don't just not work on this thing. And again, I feel like that might be a better. I can't really make too much of a conclusion on whether or not that's like a good hypothesis or a good story element, because I don't really know much about Beowulf, so I can't say whether or not that would is that's like some like dumb throwaway line. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. If you know anything about the book, you'd know that's stupid. Or if it's like, whoa, now that I think about it, wow, that is a Grendel. That is like a Yautja Grendel. Whoa. I thought it was really cool when I read it though. So this is like the cutesy Minnie Mouse step stool. I feel like it wouldn't reach enough though. I feel like you could just still kind of. It's about right. It might not be clear that's a step stool though. Probably is. It's probably fine. Like, I think I've had like step stools like there's one at like maybe like several of them at the place I work where they have kind of step stools like this, but they don't have Minnie Mouse in them obviously, because it's not too out of place. So it's a little like cutesy for a lab setting, but it's not like unbelievable. But I kind of want it to be unbelievable. That's fine. Like it's a, because if I said like I'm like this height, I think I made myself shorter. Like this height. No, that's not that tall. Like this height. If I go up here, I'd be like this height, and then I'd be like, whoa. kind of work. It kind of works. I think it works. So what do I put on the shelf is the question. How can I, how do I, I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea. I think I have a goofy idea. Skip tutorial. I don't. It says like, oh yeah, here's a. I don't want a tutorial. It's a freaking. There we go. So I'm currently in Novel AI. And I'm just going to write down what is on the evil scientist's shelf. Do I hit send? Send. I am the evil scientist's secret laboratory. I don't know how I got here. I think he must have drugged me. It is a very strange and disturbing place. The evil scientist is a very bad man who's been doing some horrible experiments. I look at the shelf in his laboratory. On the shelf, there are many strange things. Like... Okay, tell me what's on the shelf. A skull, a bottle of green liquid, a book about necromancy, a vial of blood, a severed hand. I take a bottle of green liquid. It could be useful. I'm not sure what to do next. So the ideas are skull, green liquid, book about necromancy, and a severed hand. Why would I have a severed hand on a shelf? If I were to have a severed hand, I would put that in a freezer or something. I wouldn't have that on a shelf. Why would I have it on a shelf? It's gonna rot. It's gonna smell bad. It's gonna get corpse juices on everything else. It's a terrible idea. No one would do that. Bad idea. Retry. Or retry it. A jar of eyeballs. A skull, a severed hand. Again, severed. Don't put severed hands on shelves. Put them in your freezer. It's safer there. A jar of organs. A book, just a regular book, and a bottle. It's a bottle of Pepsi. The book is like, Beginner's Guide to Pokemon or something, and the bottle is Pepsi. Severed head, jar of I guess I could do a jar of eyeballs. I could draw a jar of eyeballs. I don't know how to draw a jar in relation to what I currently have. But we're going to have a jar of eyeballs. I don't know how to angle this properly. I'm not really good at drawing things in relation to other things. Add that to the list. Siri, add not being good at drawing things in proportion to other things to the list. It's a big ass jar. It has either a lot of eyes or some huge ass eyes. There's gonna be a bunch of eyeballs in here. That's about right. That's about right. That's about right. Should I add like the make sure to add the iris to these, because otherwise they're just gonna look like you hardly tell their eyes. It's actually pretty hard. If that dude doesn't bust another nut, I'm sending his ass to heaven. He's gonna lose his hell privileges. This guy's gonna lose his privileges for being in hell. This guy's like Jack-o'-lantern. You know, the original tale where like, he like pisses off the devil, and the devil's like, "Nah, get your ass out of here. You can't be in hell anymore because you're mean. You're meanie pants. You're being mean to me. Get out of here, bully." Like a cat's eye. Maybe like a goat's eye. It's like a really small eraser. Like that. It's like a goat's eye. Yeah. Something along those lines. Something along those lines. Then like pretty basic jar. Pretty classic eyeball jar. Everyone's seen one before. What else was there? A jar of organs, a skull. Why are they all body parts? Like they're not like vial. I guess one of them was like a vial. They got a bottle too, I guess. We're gonna retry this. I want to see what's on the shelf. Severed finger, a glass full of severed fingers, a strange little statue of a man with 3 heads. I like that. I like that idea. That's a good idea. That idea is a good one. I'm gonna put him on the bottom shelf. I'm gonna put Mr. Three Heads on the bottom shelf. What does he look like is the question. What does Mr. Three Heads look like? Thinking like there we go. Something like that. Yeah, I forgot he's not like merged in. I'm probably gonna regret that. I think I regret that already because I kind of wish I would have angled that better. There we go. Something like that. How do I make it clear it's a statue, though? Put a statue base under him. Now he's based, but he's not red-pilled. Very important distinction. This man is not red-pilled. That's a start for the man with 3 heads, at least. And you can use a bit more line there, a bit more line there. There we go. Statue of man with 3 heads. Yellow fleshy mass that appears to be alive and quivering slightly. I could put him on like his own. Like, if I'm gonna include quivering mass that appears to be alive, I'm gonna want him to be in some like nice living conditions and not just kind of on the shelf. Because he's a little guy, you know. You gotta respect the little guy. Man, I'm tired. I'm already getting tired. I shouldn't be tired already. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna redo this one. I don't want to. I feel like right now it's okay. A box of matches, a bottle of acid, a bag of gunpowder, a live the evil scientist looking through him. How is he on the shelf? I guess a bottle of acid should work. Bottle of acid should work. I'm gonna put him on the jar shelf. It's gonna be like a classic kind of. It's called like an Erlenmeyer flask. I actually don't remember. I can never remember the names of the. I know like what you do with them. I just never remember the names. You put like a cork in there. Yeah, it's a nice cork. Kind of phallic looking bottle, but it's fine. This is kind of how they look. Actually, this one looks weird. This one looks like a bottle of alcohol. It was like really like weird like. You know, like some of those like bottles where they try to be like really fancy with the way their bottles designed, and it just looks weird. What's this? Yep, just nondescript acid. Who knows what kind of acid? It's just acid. It's one of them. One of those acids. Because, you know, when people say acid, they immediately know what you mean. It's just like a one thing. Like, oh yeah, what chemical is that? Acid. It's the acid. I guess if you're like a kid, you probably think that way. Like, oh yeah, it's a pool of acid. Acid is in the chemical acid. Not like LSD, but like acid is in just like green stuff. That mythical like green substance that exists in cartoons that just boils, it just melts you alive instantly. I don't want the shell to look too organized. If that makes sense. But I don't want to put that much effort into the shelf. The shelf is a very minor background detail. They every time I do one of these lists, it always includes a severed hand. We got like large glowing green orb, severed human hand, skull, a small stuffed unicorn, a large yellow snake, and a human. How do you fit an entire human skeleton on a shelf? Because I guess if you like just take the apart and just put the individual bones in like a large black crystal, a bottle of something that's made a bottle of something that made looks like it's made of glass, and is full of tiny creatures that look vaguely like the evil scientist. The idea of having a tank with just small clones of yourself in there, just on a shelf. It's pretty bold. Pretty bold move. It's pretty G, as they would say thousands of years ago. That's some OG stuff right there. That's what cavemen used to say to each other. That's how long ago that slang existed. It's actually what Fred Flintstone used to say. Yeah, it's like classic Fred Flintstone of like, man, that ass, real OG. What is that slang was there? You just won the internet or something. I don't know. Rolf Lamau. So much win. Epic fail. Do I actually want to have I don't think I want a jar of tiny me's. A human head, and a jar of yellowish liquid, a small cage with a tiny dragon inside, a book about magic. A small skull, a large skull, a skull of a human, a skull of a wolf. What? A skull, a jar of eyeballs, and a human brain in a jar. I'm going to take a look at the skull, I say. No, shouts Galena, my witch companion. It's dangerous. Who the fuck is Galena? I kind of want to include something like Galena related now. What would I include? Because I wouldn't be something that's like an anti-Galena object. Because I'm assuming Galena is not my friend. Like Galena repellent or something. Like a bottle of Galena repellent. Like you spray and she goes away. It would be kind of funny if like the area around the acid bottle is like melting away. It's like I don't know how I can like properly convey that though. What? What the fuck did you just say? I just got the strangest email ever. What the hell was that? Okay, cool. I tried to check my email. It says access denied. Okay, fuck off then. Check on my phone. I hate emails. The person who invented emails should be dead. This is what it said. It's from Pinterest. It said, Sideshow, you have a good eye. Light and dark Toon Dragon Bruce Wayne. What the fuck does that mean? Light and dark Toon Dragon Bruce Wayne. I see the light and dark dragon. I don't see Bruce Wayne anywhere. Because he's at the bottom. That's weird. Stays. Hold on, I'm getting some Hollow Stars things. What's this? What am I looking at? Good human cover of Vocaloid song can change your life. The day he stunned the battalion. I haven't seen anyone post this one, but I'm sure he did. But it was like a picture of someone saying like, I had to like they're blocking Regis Altair. But why? But why? Oh. Okay, okay. He said it in a Mario Kart stream that if he sees any of his fans' tweets, he's gonna reply to them, or, like quote retweet them or something. So like the person went out of their way to block him, so he cannot do that. Pretty funny, pretty funny stuff. Pretty goofy games, as they would say. Don't ask who would say that. You're not ready to know. But just trust me that they would say it. Might be Mr. Moaner over there. Who knows? Who knows? As him saying, yeah, I'd totally say that. We know it, buddy. Don't we know it? Maybe I should be connected like right here, kind of like a little bit around the bottom, but not much. Like this, most like eaten away at this like area. I think it conveys it pretty well. That it's like, oh, it's like dripped through, like eaten away at some of the shelf. I think that conveys it. At least decent. It's at least decently enough. But what do I do with Galena? Who the hell's Galena? What do I do with Galena? How do I install anti-Galena? Like, I think anti-Galena spray works. I like the idea of anti-Galena spray. I kind of want to do this on. I feel like this one's gonna be tricky to draw properly in terms of angling it. So our anti-Galena spray bottle. Every evil scientist needs one. She's very annoying. Nobody really likes her. Not even the good scientists. She's just annoying. Screw Galena. All my homies hate Galena. She is like cringe. She is lay not gamer. She is lay epic fail. No gat. No riz. I'm just gonna say like, okay, maybe that's smaller. Anti-Galena spray. Probably like a drawing of like a witch. Cross through it. There we go, like that. Anti-Galena spray. Hopefully the acid doesn't get on this. Very, very bad reaction when you mix acid with anti-Galena spray. Don't want that to happen, but it probably won't happen. It'll probably be fine. Because it can't eat through the bottle. I mean, it's not like acid is really well known for eating through metals. It's definitely not the case. Acid would never eat through metal. No. That's not how that works. It's not like acid's like well known for eating through metals. No. No, it's fine. It's like just good enough of a. I'm like really tired. I went for like almost 2 hours. I don't think I've gotten 2 hours worth of stuff accomplished, but I'm really tired. I just kind of like lay in bed and like listen to ASMR until I fall asleep and like play Hollow Cure. I've been playing so much Hollow Cure. The only other I haven't really been playing much games lately. Like I don't want to rush it because I feel like there's a lot of like stuff I can fit into this comic. There's a lot of like goofy stuff I can fit in the background here, and I kind of want to let those ideas come naturally. So I might just end it here. I'm gonna also end the hell sounds. Hopefully this. I'm assuming this won't be copyrighted because I didn't really. It was like I had it very quiet. I did so quiet. I did so goddamn quiet. There's no way they'd copyright little old me for being so quiet when I'm doing this. I'm like just tiny, just a little guy. Just a little guy. Oh wait, two things I should mention. Two of the interesting things that happened. One, I got the Hollow Stars second act Great Voyage to Universe Blu-rays. It was like their concert. I only got like 6 songs in so far because like stuff kept coming up. That's why I wasn't able to stream yesterday because like one because I was watching that and two because like I had stuff to do yesterday. But god damn it, it's so good. It is so good. The We Are Hollow Stars part, like my favorite up until Astel is such a good performer. Astel is so good. Like his Escort, I don't know how it's actually pronounced, like Escort. He killed it. Also Adorantes is like his rapping portion in the like We Are Hollow Stars and just Izuru's portion. I think everyone's part in the We Are Hollow Stars was great, but I really liked Adorantes' like rapping part, and just Izuru just killed it. He was so good. Also, I played like Yu-Gi-Oh on like this one streamer's like stream. This one VTuber stream because I he's someone like I've been watching for like a while, but I've never been able to catch him live until recently. I played with my Guardian Bow deck and I got my ass totally kicked because I thought like, oh, he's playing like the like dragon, the card that's like a fusion between Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Blackluster Soldier. So it's just kind of like a goofy like meme card. So I thought I'm just gonna play because a lot of people are playing like meta decks. Well, not like meta. They weren't playing like they weren't meta. They were just good decks like Marincess, where it's not like meta, but it's not like it's like a pretty like a solid deck going against kind of a meme deck. So like I'm just gonna use one of my weaker decks. I'm gonna use the Guardian Bow deck. I got completely bodied. I got totally bodied. I got absolutely destroyed. This kid was pretty funny. But yeah, I might have to end it here. I'm just tired. It's like 11. That's like bedtime for me. Yeah, I think it's like a somewhat vaguely, moderately okay, kind of decent, passable start. There's very little has been gotten done so far, but I've only been working on it for like a brief period of time, so it should be fine. So with that being said, also I've been working on like the new model. I could show that off. I added some like new stuff to it. That was originally I was going to work on today too. I thought like I was kind of torn on like working on the new model and playing what's it called? And playing Master Duel. Like I couldn't decide, and eventually I was like, oh, I had this idea for a comic. I gotta do with that now. Again, this isn't good. It's still not good yet, but I made some progress. Like I added like a laser gun. And I changed the feet up. Everything else together. I guess I changed the mustache. I'm going to change the hat. I'm going to change this. Everything else needs to be changed. I made like a little bit of progress so far. It still needs a lot of work. It's still, I think, currently better than what I currently have. But I still want it to look good. And it's not really there yet. It's clearly not there yet. But hopefully I'll be able to get that eventually. But yeah, so I have a few things going on. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here because I'm just tired. I don't feel like it. So I don't know. Do I need to do an outro? I still gotta come up with one. I still gotta like come up like figure out what to say as an outro. Like, yeah, I'll be back. I'll get you again, Rangers. Grr, and then I explode. Actually, that'd be nice. Like a big explosion thing, and then we'll be right back. And you know, the end credits thing. I don't know. That could work. I'll think about it. I'm too tired to really put thought into things. But Abu Gubu. I don't even. I'm hoping I'll be able to stream tomorrow, but